Primiano.
What is up, you lukewarm motherfuckers? I'm kidding. You guys have woken up finally. That's cool. I'd say I'm happy to be here, but I do have a little bone to pick with you guys. I didn't see a single one of you flash your vaccine card when you came in here. This lineup is filled with nothing but national treasures. Do you even care about our health? No. Anyone? Is anyone here vaccinated? Sorry, I only looked at the one camo hat and just lumped him in with all of you. That's cool. So we got some vaccinated people here. All right. By round of applause for the vaccinated people. How many of you guys absolutely got your asses kicked by that second shot of that booster? One, two, a few of you? Fucking pussies, right? Sorry, I handled that shit like a champ. You were looking at a specimen up here. Oh, you laughed too hard at that. No, I just made sure to take all the precautions. I looked it up beforehand. Before I got the second shot, I read that you're supposed to drink as much red Gatorade as possible afterward. So I did it. I got the second shot. I didn't get the booster yet because I got nature's booster, COVID. But I got the second shot, then I drank 8 red Gatorades. And then I got diabetes. But hey, it beats the alternative, right? Sleeping in one day. I don't know, yeah, I beat COVID, which means I'm one of the few. So I went to the doctor's this week so he could tell me I'm invincible. And I'm sitting in a doctor's office with my shirt off. Not because they asked me to, but it's a seduction technique. Trying to bag me a doctor, am I right, Jews? Any takers? No. And the doctor came in, and he gave me a once-over, and he said, oh, looks like you have a case of gynecomastia. And I said, what's that? And he said, man tits. So I got that going for me now. Like, first, I'm not even upset about it. First of all, it wasn't a chiropractor. I know I have them. I can look down. Like, I was actually just happy to learn another term for it other than man tits. Like, gynecomastia is so much more dignified sounding, it almost makes it seem like it's not my fault that I have it. Because let's be honest, it's pretty fucking gross to let myself grow tits, right? And I should be ashamed of that. But it's unfortunate that I had to get gynecomastia. I just don't know why bad things have to happen to good people. Honestly, I can't wait to try this gynecomastia out in a sexual setting. Because back when I had tits, last week, if I took my shirt off around a girl, it immediately came with as many warnings as a carton of cigarettes. Like, caution, exposure to Dave's body might cause instant regret, instant sobriety, vaginal dryness. Women who are nursing or might be pregnant still won't have bigger tits than Dave. But now if I take my shirt off and get that disgusted look, I can follow it up with, you shallow bitch. I didn't realize a medical condition was a deal breaker for you. Do your parents know they raised a monster? I don't know. I actually don't date anymore. Any other single and proud people in here? Well, and you're not even bad looking. All right, good. I'm saying, if it was just me up here, everyone being fucking incel, but okay. There's some, like, no, I don't date anymore. I don't, like, I feel like I've hit a life hack at my point where everything, hey, shut the fuck up back there. Pretty much everything that people enjoy doing together, I found out is better alone. Like, I go out to dinner by myself, and dinner is done when I'm done eating. I don't have to sit there for 20 extra minutes, smiling politely while the person across from me does all this unnecessary shit like cutting the food into bite-sized pieces and chewing it. I go to the movies alone, which means I get to pick the movie every single time. Something manly with tits and explosions. None of that chick flick bullshit unless I want to watch it, which I do often. I like sleeping alone. I get the whole bed to myself. I get to starfish out over that thing. I don't have someone crushing my arm while I tell myself over and over again if that James Franco dude can make it 127 hours before he cut his arm off, that I can hold out for 8. And when I want to have an orgasm, all right, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, right there? That's like a C. I was happy to get those in school. And look, I know that porn doesn't compete with the real thing, but can we at least all agree that the ability to open multiple tabs at once has bridged that gap considerably? So much more variety than you can have with just one person. Like, I can't be sleeping with someone and say, hey, I need to finish up now. Do you think you could be Asian? I don't know. Like, one really cool thing about the pandemic is that I went 2 years without getting invited to a wedding. Because fuck those things, right? Anyone else? You don't care about other people's happiness, do you? Right? Yeah, and before the pandemic, I was getting an average of 6 invites a year. I've never had more than 3 friends at any given point in my life, so I don't know how that works. Like, luckily, I have a system. If your invite is simple and gives me the options like accept or decline, cool, I'll fill it out accordingly. But if you try to get cute with that shit, right in the trash. I had to throw out one because it gave me the options. I accept with pleasure, or I decline with regret. Like, all right, regardless of if I go or not, both of those answers are lies. You either need to get rid of the prepositions altogether or give me 2 additional options so I can fill this thing out accordingly. I accept begrudgingly, or I decline because eat a dick, that's why. I don't give a shit about your stupid fucking wedding. We all know you need people to fill out your site so your future in-laws don't realize what a bag of shit you are. And whoever gave you my address can eat a dick too. Which I know sounds harsh, but I maintain that if you put it in the right font, it actually looks really lovely on the invite. Like, yeah, I love that I didn't have to travel for any weddings this past year. The year before, I had to go to a wedding in Nebraska. Do you guys want to hear a fun fact about Nebraska? If you book a flight there, they send you an email that says fun things to do when you're in Nebraska. And all it has is your outgoing flight. Yeah, I don't like bachelor parties either. I don't like strip clubs. I don't think any of you believe me. Like, I know I look like a guy who just left a strip club. Said, yo, hold my seat by the stage chandelier. I gotta go knock out this thing. And I forgot the name of this brewery or whatever. But it's true. Like, I don't even know how strip clubs became a thing in the first place. Can you imagine the very first strip club ever being a pitch on Shark Tank? That's not getting a deal. Some guy comes in, hey, sharks, are you like me? Do you enjoy getting aroused but hate coming? I hate the day after the strip club even more when you try to go to Wawa and pay for a sandwich with all ones. And the cashier has to make the same stupid joke every time. Huh, looks like someone went to the strip club last night. And then he gets this really disgusted look on his face when you tell him yeah. He's like, oh, and you're gonna pay me with that tainted money? It's like, dude, what strip club are you going to where you're just rubbing money on the girls and then putting it back in your pocket and spending it? Like, hey, I'm not gonna give you money, but I'll make you smell like money. That'll attract other money. That's how pheromones work. I don't know. I still don't have a good feel for this audience, so here's so Biden's doing a pretty good job, huh? Still no, is this the Trump 2024 crowd? Wait, but haven't you guys heard? According to CNN and the Huffington Post, every single person that voted for Trump is a racist. Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, there's 74 million racists in this country. Way lower than I expected. I mean, are we talking casual racism too? Because that number skyrockets with that, right? Everybody here's a little casually racist, right? Like, I look at casual racism the same way I look at masturbation. Like, clearly you shouldn't do it everywhere. Because people will be like, kids, stay away from that man. But sometimes there's nothing more stress relieving than going home, locking the door, drawing the shades, kicking back, and just blaming an entire group of people for everything going wrong in your life. I'll win you back. What do you guys think I did to relax for this show? Just sat in my favorite chair, just said, fucking Mayans. You told me this shit was supposed to be over 10 years ago. Why am I still walking around hoping for some space debris to fall on my head? Fucking Mayans with your grass skirts and pushing bitches into volcanoes. And I don't even know if they're the ones that do that, but racism doesn't come from reading, it comes from right here. So fuck those virgin chugging lava goops. Alright, I went too far. I can feel it. I can feel that I went too far there, and I want to apologize if there's any racist in the crowd. No, comedy's a business, your money spent just like everyone else's. Any racists in the crowd? No? Okay. Yeah. No, if you're racist, whatever, do you. I'm not here to change you. All I ask is that you be consistent with it. Anyone else just hate that inconsistent racism? Like those neo-Nazis, they get me every time. They go around being like, we're the superior people. And then they intentionally make themselves look like this. Come on, when I came on stage, did anyone look at me and go, ooh, goddamn, look at the way that forehead stretches all the way back and gently kisses the back of his neck. That's just good genes right there. Speaking of racism, we just got the, John was talking about the new team name, the Commanders. You guys feel any way about that in particular? Commanders? No? Yeah, narrowly edged out their second choice, the probable Mexicans, so probably made the right choice there. I don't know, like, call me old-fashioned, but I don't like all these name changes in football. Like, to me, football isn't football without the Redskins. Baseball's not baseball without the Indians. Are these team names racist? Fuck yeah. But there's nothing I hate more than when these crybabies get their way. Okay, maybe I hate racism more, but for the sake of this joke, ooh, those fucking crybabies. Because they're never going to be happy. They're going to be like, cool, I made a positive change. Time to move on with my life. No, they're going to find the next team name they can fuck with. And you know who they'll go after, right? My beloved Philadelphia 76ers. That team name that celebrates that year where everything was going great for those dudes that own those other dudes. And yeah, when I say it like that, maybe they should change the name. But replacing half my wardrobe is expensive, so I hope they don't. And I don't even like the name. Like, I don't think you should name a team after a year. A team name needs to be something that intimidates the other team. Who are we? The Panthers. What do we do? Pounce. Can't do that with them. Who are we? The number 1,776? And what do we do? Divide by 37? Fuck, get a calculator. You might be right. And they're not even the only team in pro sports that does it. But at least the San Francisco 49ers have a cool backstory. I don't know how many of you guys know this. When the San Francisco 49ers were originally conceived, they were an NBA team. Anyone know that? Yeah, they played in the NBA for one season, and then they got traded to the NFL for cash considerations, because this thing kept happening, where every time the Sixers and Niners got on the same court, they just started sucking each other's dicks. All right, that'll take some of you a little time, but other than that, I'm Dave Primiano. Have a good night.